frequency. In my day, we had regular television. Not that you have now cable, or now we don't even have cable. A lot, like I don't have cable anymore. I literally just pull everything down from the internet. But when we had cables, we had these TVs, and we would turn it. In my area, it was 2, 5, 7, 9, 32, 44, 50. These were the channels, right? And when you took your TV and you either turned the knob or you turned the remote control to that specific channel, what you were doing to the TV was you were changing the frequency that the antenna on the TV was looking for. And when you changed the frequency, what was on the screen changed. The TV didn't move. The screen didn't move. The inner workings of the television didn't rewire itself. It just started receiving a different frequency. And when it received a different frequency, something new came up on the screen. In my day, we had traditional radio stations. In my area, it was 107.5 and 96.3. Those were the two big stations in the Chicagoland area. So when we get in the car, we still have radios in the car. We get in the car, change the channel. When you change the channel, all you're doing is changing the frequency that the antenna on the car is going to search for and pull in. And actually, it's not even really searching. All of the frequencies are hitting the antenna at the same time, but you're changing the frequency that the antenna focuses on, and then allows you to hear what's resonating right now in the air at that frequency. The radio station has a tower, and it's throwing the frequency out constantly, 24/7. It's already throwing it out. And so it's in the air. It's waiting for somebody to discover it. And the way you discover it is by changing the station that you want to listen to. Now, I want to be clear. These stations, the scientists that we have today, they didn't invent radio waves. They found it. They discovered it. And they used what they discovered. So radio waves have always been here. Radio waves, that's just a range of frequencies. And what they determined was, if we put audio on these range of frequencies, then we can pull that back down at a different location, and the audio will now start playing through the speakers. These range of frequencies, if we put audio and video on that, then it goes out all over the place. And when we attach that to a television that can find that range of frequencies, it pulls it into the television. But these ranges of frequencies were always there. They were just more recently discovered. So it is with the frequencies of the organs. So it is with the frequency of sound. So it is with the frequencies of emotions. So it is with the frequency of everything. Last week, I gave you an analogy of dog poop. Falls on the ground, and within a minute or two, flies have been summoned, and they're all over it. But flies don't have nostrils. One of my clients told me that he went to look that up. I told you, don't believe me. Go look it up. Do flies have nostrils? They don't. Can flies see something from 2 miles away? They can't. So how did they get there? Frequency. One of the patients of Haas Wellness Center told me just yesterday that when she heard me say that, she started thinking about fruit flies and how you'll have spoilage in your house, fruits and vegetables that are someplace under, like they could be inside of a drawer or underneath a cabinet way in the back. But fruit flies, you don't ever just see them in your house just hanging out. They're not there. They're outside of your house, but some sort of way they got the signal. and they came from miles away from wherever they were to your house. They had to find their way into your house, and then they found their way into the room, and then they found their way into the drawer or the cabinet or the cupboard or wherever you had this food item that's spoiling that you don't even know is there. And they found it. How did you end up finding it? Because it produced another frequency that also resonates on the or the ability of the nose to smell. So your nose brought you there, but before your nose brought you there, they found it because they were able to recognize the frequency as soon as it happened.